Hi, my name is Lisa. Thank you for joining me on this new YouTube page that I've created. As some background, I have had neck issues for many years now, culminating from an accident that I had when I was 13. And for several years, I have had headaches, some to a migraine level headache that culminate from my neck. They're called cervigenic headaches. And I've been getting Botox treatment in the back of my neck and up through here for that. But since September, I have been having episodes of severe pain up here in my shoulder and down into my arm. And at first, I thought I had some kind of a shoulder injury. So I was trying to rehab that and work on that. And then I decided that maybe it wasn't a shoulder injury. Maybe I had torn a muscle up here in my upper trap. And it felt like a pretty severe tear. And at one point in November, my husband and I ended up in the ER because it was pretty painful. It was probably an 8 at that point. But I also wanted to find out what's going on. So went to the ER, and the ER doctor said, no, you don't have a torn muscle. It's not your shoulder. This is coming from your neck. It's radiculopathy, which is nerve pain. So I went home. He gave me some Percocet, and that was it. I started physical therapy in November, and I've been doing that since November. And I have done chiropractic. I've done heat therapy. I've done ultrasonic therapy. I've done a TENS unit on a regular basis. I've done ice. I've done, all different kinds of medications are basically for nerve pain. And I've taken all kinds of different NSAIDs that actually ended me up in the hospital with a GI bleed because my stomach doesn't like non-steroidal anti-inflammatories. And to top it all off, I am not a candidate for steroid injections, which is what most doctors want to try first. I get severe adverse reaction to steroid injections, so unless my life depends on it, I'm not going to do it. So that's where I'm at now. I've had, I think, 10 episodes of these severe nerve pain flare-ups since September now, and every time I get a flare-up, it takes me out for at least a week because I can't do anything. Everything irritates it. I can't sleep well. I just really suffer, and the pain level in the midst of these flare-ups is usually like an 8 to a 10. I did go back to the ER in March because I just couldn't deal with it, and everything I tried was not working, and so they gave me a shot of Dilaudid, and that made a huge difference, and it kind of stopped that pain cycle. So after about 2 days, it went away. Anyway, so here's what I've done. I have seen a pain doctor in an orthopedic clinic, and the pain doctor said that there really wasn't much they could do for me. They sent me in, I got an MRI of my neck, and they came back and said, yeah, you need to talk to a surgeon. So I do have an appointment scheduled with an orthopedic surgeon on May 8th, which is a week from today. And we'll see what he's got to say. I did also go see a nerve specialist, and these guys specialize in steroid injections. They will also do like a local anesthetic injection. They do nerve testing, and they do different things to try and alleviate your pain. So I went in to see those guys. They looked at my MRI, came in and said, hey, this MRI is 2 years old. Do you have anything that's more current? And I said, yeah, I just did one 2 weeks ago. So they went and pulled that from their, whatever they're pulling that from, looked at that, came back in and said, wow, you've had significant deterioration in 2 years, and we can't help you. You need to go speak to a surgeon. So these guys were down in Tacoma, and I live up in Renton, Washington, and I asked if they had any surgeons that they'd recommend, and they said, yeah, I would go see so-and-so if you're up in the Renton area. And I said, well, great, because that's who my follow-up is scheduled with. So that's where I'm at. Every morning that I wake up and I am not in pain, I'm thrilled. It's like hallelujah, and thank you, universe, for taking my pain away. And so the last couple of days I have not had any pain, which is just so fabulous. I can't even for those of you that have chronic pain, you know what I'm talking about. And so I'm just sitting here and waiting to see what happens. I decided to do this video blog because I noticed on a lot of the Facebook pages about neck issues that I follow that nobody's really done a video blog that I've seen anyway. And I want to blog whatever steps are going to happen here. Obviously, I'm probably headed for surgery, and so I also am going to blog that and the outcome of that and what that surgery is like, depending on what the doctor decides would be best. I also have a follow-up appointment 2 weeks from my orthopedic appointment with a neurosurgeon as a consultation to see what he has to say also. So that's where I'm at. Thanks for joining me, and I hope you'll stick with me. This is probably the longest video I'll do, so I appreciate it if you've hung in here for this amount of time. Thank you.